Justin P Lambert from Words That Begin With You, Customer Focused Content Marketing. Now this video is talking about a pretty broad question, and I'm not going to be able to cover it completely. You wouldn't want to sit here this long, and I wouldn't either. But the question is, how do you go about marketing with content? Now, probably you've already experienced all manner of content marketing. You may not realize that that's what it's called. But basically, anytime that a company or an individual has a message to share, and they do so in an entertaining or engaging way, it's a form of content marketing, especially if it's done in a strategic way where they're really focusing on finding their target audience and giving that target audience information that they're really looking for. So you've probably experienced it a lot, and if you're trying to do it yourself, probably the best and easiest method these days that you can come across is using a blog. Now, why is that one of the best methods of content marketing available to business owners and individuals today? Well, there's a few reasons. First of all, it's cheap. And by cheap, I mean it's possible to actually get started in content marketing with a blog that is respectable for free. And you can start in a few minutes. I'm not going to go into all the details now, but if you're not familiar with WordPress, look it up on Google. You can go to WordPress.com and just pick one of their many templates, and you can start blogging in 10 minutes, and it's free. It's a little bit more complicated to download the WordPress.org software because you need to have it on your own hosted site. But a lot of bloggers that are putting a lot of effort into content marketing prefer that platform because it gives them a lot more leeway and a lot more opportunity to do things the way that they'd like, to set things up in a customized way. But again, it's free, and if you know what you're doing, or you can follow instructions pretty easily, you can be started in an hour or less. Also, it's fast. As I just mentioned, you can get started quickly, but just maintaining a blog can be fairly quick. Generally, blog posts are anywhere between 300 and let's say 1,000 words. It's not long as far as articles go. Most people that are going to look at blogs are not expecting to be sitting there reading for a long time. So as long as you have a grasp of the English language, or whatever language you're looking to write in, and you're able to formulate your thoughts in a logical way and put them out on the screen in a way that people can understand, you should be able to get a blog post done in a very short time. And publishing it is a click of a button, and then it's available for the entire world to see. A third reason that blogging is so effective for content marketing is that it's very flexible. Blog software such as WordPress can accept regular text articles, or it can include videos like the one you're watching now. It can include podcasts, which is basically audio recordings as if you were listening to somebody on the radio, and any number of other combinations of these. So one blog, which as I just mentioned can be quickly put together for free, can include many different types of content, and all these different types of content can appeal to different audiences, as I discussed in a previous video. Finally, blogging is powerful, and by that I mean it provides many of the aspects that content marketing requires to be successful. For one thing, as I just brought out, it's very flexible and able to include many different types of content, which is important when you're trying to appeal to your target audience. Not everybody likes to sit there and read text. Some people prefer the visual elements, such as videos. Some people prefer to be able to download a podcast to their iPod and listen to that separately from the computer. And other people do enjoy searching through text itself. But when you're writing a blog, or you're including a video or a podcast, it also has the benefit of being searchable by Google. As I mentioned in a previous video, Google is the main source for seeking out information these days. So if you're trying to market with content and you're doing so in a way that Google isn't going to find and register on their search engine, you may as well not be doing it because nobody's going to find it and nobody's going to care. But with a blog, it's actually set up in such a way that Google really likes because it's constantly updated. So Google is going to be sending out their robots to your website on a regular basis, and if it finds that the site is stagnant, it's not going to continue to bring it up in search results as quickly. But a blog, if you're keeping it updated on a regular basis, you're going to find that Google actually raises its priority in the search results, which means without much more effort on your part than just getting your message out there, you have a better chance of it being seen than somebody who is not actively updating their site. So a blog makes that possible. Now, I've been focusing primarily on blogging because it's one of the easiest, fastest, and most powerful means of getting into content marketing today. But of course, there are literally hundreds of other opportunities available to you. It really takes creativity and a special effort to think about and identify your target audience and what type of content they're going to be looking for. For example, even offline, you're going to find many opportunities to get involved with content marketing, perhaps through writing articles for newspapers or magazines, trade magazines, and the like. You can write a regular column for the local newspaper if your target audience is reading that paper. There's other means of audio and video distribution that you can get into offline as well. But content marketing today is primarily focused online because, again, that's where people tend to go first for their information. So in that respect, a blog still remains the easiest, fastest, and probably most powerful means of getting your message out there effectively. If you haven't tried it yet, definitely do. And you can stop by Words That Begin With You at justinplambert.net for an example of what a blog can do, because for the most part, that's how I content market, by means of my blog, as well as you'll find some downloadable free reports there as well. I encourage you to browse around the site, see what there is to see, and leave some comments or get in touch with me at the contact page in order to ask any questions you may have. Thanks again for your time and watching this video. Have a great day.